I've put together a sequence of developmental movements, including reflexes and some particular movements to help you move through emotions. And this is all focused on breath. So big emotions that can affect breath. I've done some videos recently on grief, but we're just gonna sprinkle some of it into this flow. Now, when would you use this? You could use this anytime you feel like you need to regulate your nervous system, you need to relax. And as I've been talking about, if you go to traditional breathing exercises, sometimes that can rev you up. So do this instead, or perhaps do this before you start some traditional breathing exercises. Do this before you do your workout practice, whatever that might be, Pilates, yoga, hiking, walking, running, whatever that might be. So let's get started. Feet are hip distance or a little wider apart. Bend your elbows, relax your shoulders. Now, this is important. Again, I'm talking about development. Open your mouth, turn your head to one side, take your arms to that side, and rotate the rest of your body. The opposite heel can lift up. Hold it there for a few seconds. Exhale, come back to the center. Check in, drop those shoulders further if you can. And again, keep the mouth open in an O shape. Take the head to the other side. Arms, then trunk body. Hold it there for a few seconds. Come back. We're going to repeat this a few more times. Open the mouth, head to the side. Arms go over. Rotate the trunk body. Opposite heel can lift up. Come back to the center. Again, open the mouth, head, arms, rotate. A lot of times movement practitioners talk about rotation and wringing out the lungs, and that's all well and good, but if your rotation isn't accessible to you, then you're not going to be able to have that benefit. Again, to the other side. So by going into this early developmental movement, actually an archetype movement, we can actually go deeper with our breath, go deeper with our rotation to access more breath. Come on back to the center. Now from here, we're going to go into the Moro movement, folding forward, rounding the spine but with length, and then open, chest up, goal pose, or cactus arms if you're a crazy plant lady like me. And again, we want to do this at least 3 times. And on your own time, I would actually recommend moving through each of these exercises 4 to 6 times. It's going to be beneficial for the adult nervous system, which has a bit of history. And then again, rounding forward. And then coming up, chest lifting, eyes up. Now, if that's not available, just take your eyes up and then relax your arms to your side. We're going to step to the side in a standing snow angel kind of motion. You could take your arms even higher if that's available to you. And this helps us to move through some of those tough emotions. And this is important to do when we're trying to access more breath. That's a nervous system standpoint or viewpoint on that. And we're also creating more spaciousness in our rib cage with those arm movements from a biomechanical standpoint. Now, whenever we do same-sided or both arms, both legs at the same time kind of movements, otherwise known as homologous movements, we want to go to a cross-body movement. I personally love doing the back body cross crawl because it opens up the chest. It creates space at the rib cage, creates space for the lungs, and we're nourishing the nervous system at the same time. Now, last but not least, we're going to give some love and lungs to our spinal area. It's loving up on our lungs as well. We're going to make a fist and give it tactile input. So what you do is you take your hand as high as it can go, and it's beside the spine, and then you're going to press down, giving some input there. Then you're going to side bend to that same side, reaching up and over. Hold it there, breathe into it. Come on back up. Let's do it on the other side. Make a fist, and you're going to give that sensory input, and then side bend, reach up and over. Stay there and breathe. Come on back up. Same thing on side A. Give that input, reach up and over, big side bend. Feel the spaciousness. Make sure the knees are bent. Come on back up. Side B, same thing. This is nourishing our spinal galant reflex. Really important for inviting spaciousness into the trunk cavity. One more time on each side. Give that input. Reach over. We're side bending to the side that we gave the tactile input to. Come on back up. Last side here. and then reach over and relax. I don't know about you, but I feel calmer. I feel like my breath is just deeper naturally, and that's a really great feeling. So again, use this anytime maybe you're feeling the stress ratchet up and you need to calm your nervous system. But also play with this before you do any of your movement practices. I'd love to hear how it unfolds for you, so drop me a line, let me know. Thanks for joining.